Folks, this video is going to be about sales. It's going to be consequently after the lead generation video, where I pitched it a little bit about LinkedIn, about Sales Navigator, about lead generation in general, because lead generation is the predecessor of any sales. You have to have a certain lead generation method, doesn't really matter which one, in order to generate leads, in order to turn them to clients. It's called the sales process. Lead generation, that's called marketing, and sales are basically very strongly connected. Here, I want to give you a little bit of advice on, let's say, what lead generation and sales, specifically sales in this case, important advice about what to consider, what to not consider, based on our experience of thousands of sales calls in my life personally, and a proper sales call structure. Yeah. So I would say let's dive deep into those specific points. Upfront, if you have a sales process, you never ever want to be understood, or you never want to sound like a salesperson, a sales guy. So the worst thing that you can do is, let's basically project towards your prospects that they are in a sales process, respectively that you are a sales guy. There's an automatic objection if people or businesses know that they're in a sales funnel. I know we're all not stupid, and we know that at some point we're going to get sold to something, but it's a proper, step-for-step building process. If the whole situation, the pain points, the problems, the offering, the solution is not yet clarified, and if you are projecting that you are sounding like a sales guy, there will be more objection. 100% guaranteed. It's not that you need to trick someone or disguise you, but there is a certain point when to reveal yourself. Let's put it like this: that we're actually in a sales call. It's a proper build-up. I'm gonna get to the sales structure. Never want to sound like a sales guy. Sound like someone to whom you are talking to. Understand the problems, the pain points. You can call it a circle of why. Ask as many why, what, like as many wie-Fragen in German, as many why questions as possible. Understand the problems, understand the pain points, understand your potential customer. Never ever going to sell something directly without understanding if we can actually help them. Write that down. Most important, maybe one of the most important point, maybe the most important point. You can only sell someone, you can only offer a service, a product, if you understand the problem, if you understand the pain. Ask why question. Why? Circle of whys. Because if you are going to pitch something without understanding the actual problem, what is going to be the consequence? Objection, right? Have a conversation, build empathy, build trust, build a relationship. This already starts in lead generation, down to sales. When it comes to lead generation and like reviewing messages that other customers or clients send, it sounds a lot of like robotic, scam, bots, and all that jazz. We want to be the opposite. We want to build a real relationship. We want to build empathy. How to do that? Have a normal human conversation, especially in the era of AI, ChatGPT, Copilot, where anything can be generated. Don't you think that the most valuable, piece of advice here is be yourself, have a real conversation, try to understand your clients, try to help them, instead of being a number in a sales process where you generate thousands of leads every day by automation and software. How do you think the customer would feel if they know that? Or you take time understanding your customer, really trying to, can I help them? Does my service offering actually fit to their problem. Much more valuable. Really an empathy, a trustful relationship. This goes to lead generation and sales. Have a normal conversation. Yes, have a script. We provide scripts for lead generation, for sales, for all kinds of things that are proven that we are using ourselves. But a script is rather a framework than I read off one-to-one, because that everybody can see. That worked in the past, but these days you want to be more authentic, more real, especially again in times of ChatGPT and in times of Copilot and everything, where any monkey can generate a kick-ass text. Why do you think I'm recording a video to the topics I want to talk about, to the topics I post? Because I want to be real. I want people to understand what I'm talking about. It comes from me, not from a machine. Yes, I'm using that as well. It would be stupid, but again, use it smartly. In a sales call, important advice, you want to put the idea in the prospect's mind so they have the idea that it came from their mind, from their head. So if you have a problem or challenge that you want to solve with your service offering, frame it like they get to the point that it only makes sense to work with you because surprisingly you understand them, because we validated that, you know your target audience, right? You have a picture book service offering, a productized service, a standardized service that fits surprisingly good to their problem. Have them understand that the only possible situation or solution is to work with you. Much stronger than trying to persuade someone. Well, don't you think that, with my expertise and everything, I'm the right one for you? What would you think? This answer. Jeez, you're needy. That's kind of salesy. No, I'm not going to proceed. Pardon me. Excuse me. And very, very important. Never pitch the program. Pitch the steps. Pitch the end result. Generally speaking, practically speaking, if you have a standardized service offering, productized service, you never want to pitch I have a standardized service offering, it fits perfectly to your problem, dear customer. I can implement dynamic sales, for example, in 10 days for 10 euros. Yeah? Pitch the steps. So don't you think that step 1 needs to be done in order to solve the initial situation, that we can get to step 2, which will lead to step 3 and the actual end result of the whole service offering. Pitch the steps, pitch the end result, the positive picture, and not the program. Again, generally speaking, you get my service offering, and it's just it's a POC for dynamic sales again. 10 euros for 10 days. No, there's no value. Why I want to have that, right? The value is within the steps, within the end result that the steps will be generating. Super, super important. In my situation, if I tell you, buy my mentoring, yeah, it's blah, blah, blah for blah, blah, blah. Why would you want to have mentoring? But if I would explain to you that we're going to build your business, the niche positioning, find your target audience, define your target audience, build an offering that's sustainable, that leads to lead generation and sales, blah, blah, blah. So at the end, you will be able to it leads to more value. And it's not a selling technique, it's your actual offering. So yes, you have a package, but don't sell the package or the program. Sell the steps, the methods, the single step, the end result for the client. What's in it for the client? Mark it on your stern. Very, very important. I see that all the time. You can also see these things in all relevant LinkedIn posts. Just take a look. You're gonna see like ChatGPT created stuff like, oh folks, the iMac is giving me a thumbs up again, but it's absolutely true what I'm saying, so thanks. My recent highlights of the new release wave or whatsoever from Microsoft Wave 1 or whatever I tried, I was check Copilot and these are my recent learnings, or what the hell, what is in it for the customer? It's awesome, you have a new certificate, you have this, you've done this, you understand? You, not the client, not the client, not the client. A little bit of ranty, sorry. So again, never sound like a sales guy. Understand the problem, the pain point. Why? Have a conversation, build empathy, build a relationship in lead gen, in sales. Put the idea in the prospect mind so they have the idea that they came up with the idea. Yeah? Do not pitch the program or the package, pitch the steps, pitch the end result. Write that down. So how does a proper sales call structure look like? Again, it depends. At the early stages, we might have only one sales call. At more advanced stages, we obviously will set up a so-called setting and closing structure. Setting is a simple pre-qualification of the prospect. So when do we actually set the setting? When we have enough leads that we have to pre-qualify. And that's not like 1 or 2 calls a week. That's a little bit more, a couple of calls a day. We can see after some time, okay, I got some random people or companies reaching out, or I reaching out and I get them into a call. Lead generation, yeah. However, doesn't matter at this point. And then I just want to make sure that I help the right people or the right businesses. So I don't want to waste their time, waste my time. So I pre-qualified. So let's assume we have that, yeah. And the structure is behind is anyway the same if we have it or not. A setting is very, very short. It can be 15, 20, maximum 30 minutes. And it's a simple pre-qualification, yeah. You can have that already in some forms if you apply or if customers apply to work with you. That's again a little bit more advanced stage, and it's really like, what is the situation there, and what are the problems, the pain points, the challenges? You would not ask for pain points. Obviously, you would put it like as a challenge. What is the budget there, and what is the technology? Can you actually help in the technology, the technological focus, the team size, if it's a company, all these kind of things where you can see, okay, check, I can help, I cannot help, dive deeper. So this is a setting call. And of course, also transparency, yeah? You want to be transparent. If it's a very healthy base for collaboration, so all check marks have been checked, you also wanted to be transparent. If you know like that you can help, and you might have a productized service, a standardized service, a package that fits to the situation, surprisingly, then you want, and if you have a fixed price, then you want to communicate the price at the end. So hypothetically speaking, if we want to collaborate and we should solve all the problems with XX amount of euros or dollars or pounds or whatsoever would be in the budget for you in general, and then you proceed. So there's again many different ways on how to validate that, but pre-qualification is the situation, the problems, the pain points, the budget, the timeline, the urgency, the personal situation. Even if it's B2B, it's always people business right behind. So that's why we have a setting. Make sure that if we enter a sales call, that we invest the right time and we already gather some ammunition in terms of information that we can use in the sales call. It's a very, very handy process used in basically every sales process. Yeah, but not in IT consulting. That's why we do it. That's why we show you. It's very, very rare that we have an actual lead generation sales process. So closing. A closing call and a sales call, you can say, is again, don't say it, don't put it like this. Same goes for the setting. That's something that you set up internally. But again, you can have you can name it differently. Consultation call, I would say. But at the beginning of how does a sales call, closing call look like? So I would always advise aim around 1 hour, maybe go for 1.5 just to have some blocker. How do we start? Start with some small talk and a good decision frame. And I'm not saying invest 5 to 10 minutes for small talk. Take half a minute. That's enough. Hey, how's the weather? Where are you right now? Dude, Portugal. Awesome, man. In Madeira, well, Cristiano Ronaldo is there. Is from that island. Right? I've been there. That's pretty cool, man. Enough small talk. We want to do business. Yeah, that doesn't mean that we are rude or whatever. We just don't want to waste anybody's time. Yeah, same goes for yours. Keep it short. Build a nice base, nice weather. Awesome. Let's go. Yeah. set the decision frame. Hey, maybe we can get to the decision today. If not, no stress here. The most important thing is right from this, after the small talk and decision frame, the discovery and analyzation phase. That's probably 3/4 of the whole call, I would say, that we really invest the most emphasis in. That's why we put so much emphasis on this, because if you do a proper discovery phase and analyzation phase, you really want to understand the current situation, the current problems, the current challenges, can be personal, can be professional, so from a business perspective. You really, really dive deep into this topic, yeah? As deep as possible you dive in here. Because all information that you are getting here is information that you are going to use as, ammunition sounds a little bit harsh, but it is like as ammunition for the pitch later on. You're gonna ingest it, yeah? Because everything you understand here, you can already filter out some objections. You can understand maybe this is something that's going to be problematic and all that kind of jazz. So this is something that you really, really, really want to do thoroughly. We teach how to do a proper analyzation phase with proper questions. Obviously, this is nothing that you can do out of the sudden, but this is a very, very important point. The discovery analyzation phase is probably 3/4 of the whole call and use it. Then you move on to a hero story. Yeah, the hero before I forget, the discovery phase, the analyzation phase, really, again, one of why questions. So it's similar to the setting where you already asked, but here's a lot of whys. Why is that? Dive deep. If you get a couple of problems, pain points, you dive deeper into it. Super, super important. A lot of people do it wrong. It's like check mark. Okay, problem 1, situation 1. Okay. So dive deep. Take your time here. That's super valuable. It's like ammunition for your pitch. Then you move on to the hero story. The hero story is a little bit why you or your company is what's the situation, the history behind, how did you start the company or how do you start your business, why you're the suitable one, like how did you come to that field, why you're an expert in this and this and this, in Azure, in Dynamics, in SAP or whatsoever, how's your path. Short, very, very short, couple of sentences to go into the pitch because it's smoothest the transitioning into the pitch. The pitch, then again, is basically a subsequent script. Everything is scripted here, obviously, but the pitches then use the analyzation phase, the point from the discovery phase to soften your pitch, to adjust it to the needs of the customer. Obviously, if you're a standardized, productized service, you're going to adjust to the points that you're talking and mentioning about rather than having a very generic approach. That's super, super important. Yeah. Obviously, down the road, there will be objections, might be after the pitch, might be already in the discovery phase. So if you have objections, you need to handle them and you need to tie them. How to handle objections is a different topic. There's many, many general objections out there, also very specific objections to our IT consulting niche. We're teaching that to our one-to-one clients, obviously, how to do that, which scripts, which frameworks, which objections there are. And the tie down is basically, if you have found one objection, make sure it's the actual objection and it's not a smoke screen about anything else. Yeah. So if you have some, we don't have the budget, for example. Yeah. Okay, so then the good question would be, okay, if we find a solution that we actually have the budget, will we then work together and move forward with our collaboration, or is there something else that is missing for you? Or if the answer would be, no, it's just really the budget, like our IT manager gave us a little bit half of the budget that we are talking now for the next couple of months or year, so we need to get into discussion with our IT manager. Then it might be the real objection and you can handle it. If it's then no, actually, no, I'm really also not convinced that a standardized service is working for me. I don't. So it's actually not the budget, right? So it's maybe the steps, again, that are not clear. Revert back, go back, again, go through the steps, find the real objection. So sales call is very, very, very delicate, but at the end, it's a very clear process. It's not as difficult as it sounds. Lead generation is not as difficult as it sounds. You just have to have the basic in place. That's why we are here for. I know it's all new for you guys. I know how much you will struggle, are struggling with this, but let me assure you, it's the way that you will be independent for you and your business. You cannot always rely on third parties to get your projects. If you're sincere, if you really want to have a functioning business, reach out to us if you need more information. I'm really happy to help you here. I know how difficult it is. This is probably one of the most difficult things that I've set up for my businesses. But once it's running, it's super fun because you can help customers. And the process again can be independent of yourself, like it is on my side. So if you have any question, just get back to me. There will be a proper post as well with the links. Just comment. Probably I'm going to tell you to comment sales or send me a direct message via sales on every kind of social media channel. I'll get in touch with you and try to help how we can help you with your sales, maybe also lead generation process. I hope this video is valuable for you. It gave you some insights about what to do, not to do in sales calls and how a proper sales call structure should be looking like. Really looking forward to getting feedback from you. Till then, have a great day.